Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Game Masters here on the GDQ Hotfix. I'm your host, Fan_TV, and joining me today is Texstrobe, who's going to be running Subspace Emissary, any percent, from Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Texstrobe, thank you so much for joining us. How are you doing?
Doing good. It's been 7 years trying to get this shown on GDQ in some fashion, so we made it, Ducky.
Awesome. So excited that you get to showcase it here in front of everybody because I would say I'm a casual Smash fan in terms of like enjoying like the competitive aspects and all of that, but it's really interesting to see how like all that gets transformed into like a PvE type speedrun. Now we're running any percent here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious what that entails for this category.
Just basically, just like it explains itself, just fly through and beat the game by any means necessary, not cheating
No cheating.
or in any way.
No
so
Yeah.
there's a gargantuan amount of skips though, so
All right.
that helps.
We love those. Now, Smash Brothers is probably like best known for its competitive multiplayer aspects, and I'm curious if like those skills gained in like multiplayer matches against like real people are applicable at all or translate well to like the single player experience.
Yeah, especially along a couple of the game modes outside of just Subspace. There's a decent amount of like community competitive tech stuff that gets used. You'll see it obviously mostly with Subspace because you get to play like a large majority of the cast. So you'll see quite a couple of those being used throughout the whole run.
Building on that, like the Brawl cast is not as big as Ultimate, obviously, but it's still like a pretty sizable cast. I remember it was like the first game I saw where it's like, wow, there's just so many characters. With so many different characters like you have to use during the campaign because like there's points we have to like select certain ones between like certain subsets. How do you keep it all straight? Because like I have a hard enough time dealing with like a single character in a speedrun, but every Smash character like they move a little bit slightly different, and like although they have like the same like controls, all their moves are a little bit different. What's good is different. How do you keep it straight in your head?
I guess if you want to run something like Subspace, you just got to be a jack of all trades and really just get used to learning like most of the cast, because you're gonna be selecting like probably 20 different characters. And it's just over time you'll just get more used to it. But it really is like the quintessential like Smash speedrun category, and just being able to play more than just one character like you would with most other categories. It's a lot more of a fun experience.
That's awesome. Like it's I've been like watching a couple of the bosses. It's kind of been making me want to just give it a shot myself, because it's been ages since I've gone through the Subspace Emissary. But we're going to get started with the run soon. But before we do, I have a couple of like really quick announcements. Frame Fatales, Steam Done Quick, all-women online speedrunning community, and the upcoming event Flame Fatales will run from August 13th through the 20th. So the schedule is now out at gamesdonequick.com/schedule. And while you're checking out the schedule, feel free to submit a prize for the event. Use !FF in Twitch chat to submit your prizes. Last day to submit prizes is coming up later this week, August 6th. So we would really appreciate prizes. Texstrobe, I don't want to keep you too longer from the excitement here. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it off over to you. And we do have some commentary joining us here who knows a lot more about the game than I do. One and only Rubber Ducky Assassin.
Hello, what's up, gamers?
All right.
Hope you guys enjoyed the interview.
All right, I think we're ready to start.
Whenever
Yeah,
you're
we're ready whenever you are.
All right, let's get set. All right. There's going to be a lot to explain, but I'm going to try my best to just go like full blast. There's like one part where I'm going to be like, Ducky, you explain it. I'm not bothering with it. I've explained too many times.
There's lots of
He can do it.
Yeah, we got it.
It's one specific thing. All right. Countdown. We're playing on easy because fast, obviously.
No doubt.
Sorry, intense enjoyers. It is a miserable thing to run on intense.
It really is. We'll get into it, actually. It's
the AI totally cheats.
All right. It's bad, but easy, just fly through everything, really. All right, in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
All right. So this game, or game mode, Subspace, has like 31 levels. Pretty much 30 normal levels, and then one level that absolutely everyone despises when they hear the name of. So, right, real quick, I'm just gonna suck and kill Mario.
GG.
Yeah, thank you. That strat is as old as time. But yeah, so there's gonna be 31 total levels that you'll see throughout the game. Plenty of couple like minute or two, some longer, and then the longest one. But I do want to explain a small thing why I picked Kirby again. Is basically if you already have a character that you are in a previous like room or like load, you pick the same character again, it will be a faster load than if you were to pick, say, if I picked Mario. I think that's a good mushroom. All right, so that's why I'm Kirby, and you'll see that along the whole rest of the run, just a lot of the same character. I don't want to hit that bomb. Okay.
And that was insane.
So, yeah, I just didn't want to activate that bomb. That would have been like 3 seconds of time loss.
Really good
right.
avoiding the bomb.
Thank you. So right here, we just have Petey for no reason, and he gives me the worst swings possible. There we go.
Wow.
So there's quite a couple of memorable bosses. Right here, I saved Zelda specifically, because in the storyline, if anyone remembers, you either say Peach or Zelda, and you get them for just a little bit longer in the early of the story. And so we'll have Zelda, which, fun fact, she has a really cool move called Down B. And then you don't have to play Zelda, you can play as someone else, and that's what we're going to be doing instead.
Sick. Pretty sick.
You know, it took me a while to remember, like, oh yeah, that's what Zelda can do.
Yeah, before Smash 4, Tech's doing a really cool tech where you do up B. Pit's up B has a really interesting property where it has like basically already has like a speed stat almost. So once he starts doing up B, you go really fast in a certain direction. So he does up B downwards and falls faster.
All right, so here we get introduced to the broken mechanic of the video game, Brawl gliding. And it's not the first time, it's the last time you'll see it. Probably see it like 50 other times. But yeah, it's really broken, and we can do a fun thing called skipping intended fights, which are called ambushes in this game. So I'm going to be doing a big wind-up for one here that's at the end of this room. And I'm going to be gliding across the entirety of the room, just skipping all the enemies that are like optional.
I can't believe
just to be able to get enough speed. Yeah. So here normally it's a fight where if you enter the zone you activate it, but let's just not do that. Why not?
Yeah, pretty much all of the fight triggers in this game have a ceiling that you're able to fly over in some capacity. Sometimes they go up into the death plane and you can't do it. There's another method that Tech might go into that can skip fights as well. It's pretty interesting, and I know a lot less about it than Tech does, but it's pretty cool. There's a couple different ways to skip cutscenes in this game, or fights. Sorry.
Yeah, I forgot the back roll at the start. It looks weird, but trust me, it's optimal.
I feel everything Sheik does is weird and makes no physical sense. Like, how do you run that low to the ground at that angle? It doesn't work. That's not how
it's. I don't know. It's just the ninja stereotyping, I guess.
She's so horizontal.
Like, even by Naruto standards, that is ridiculous.
Yeah. That y-axis is insane. All right, more back rolling. It's just optimal than running for some reason. Some of the characters' back rolls just you won't see that. Like the whole run won't be ruined with that. It's just the Sheik thing I really use pretty much.
Yeah. Shoutouts to Dylan, the task maker for Subspace. They do a lot of really cool content with Subspace.
Yeah, this is one thing that they like figured out, and I like. If there's a long hallway and a character that obviously has a better back roll than just dashing, I might as well. And also, speaking of Dylan, here's another thing that I hope I will get. Did I get it? I think I didn't get it. I might be dumb and I Okay, I don't think
I'm
I
not
got
sure
it. The
if I got
camera,
it.
I'm pretty sure that camera looked weird. No, I definitely didn't get it. The camera wouldn't have been following me like that, really. All right, so there was another thing that was also recently found from Dylan. Oh, that was an interesting kill.
That was crazy. That was sick.
Also, Big Mushroom, very good, as you can see.
So fast.
But right there, why I paused is to do something called a reverse pause glitch. It's like a different form of a pause glitch, which I still have to explain, but
Yeah.
I'll explain it when we get to the auto scroller in
I'm
this
so
level.
ready.
Also, monkey time.
One of the things I was
before that, there's a turquoise cube right here. With a 50-50 chance, depending on what frame roll you hit it, to have a poison or big mushroom, and I got a bad one, so I'm just not going to lose any time to the cycle that I have to make.
Yeah.
Except when I'll be over the cannon. What am I doing?
You know,
That's to the
Touchscreen,
category.
this may be the only game I've ever seen where Donkey Kong was the preferable character to use.
Yeah, for the longest time, like early on, everyone I can probably save myself.
Oh, Donkey Kong.
Well, you like Diddy instead now?
Hey, Diddy Kong's hype.
I'm sorry, I can't do Diddy. There's another pause glitch, and I have no clue how to do it with Diddy, so I'm
fair.
being safe. But I'll have to explain what the pause glitch is during the auto scrolling, because it's a lot. So, monkey.
Yeah, monkey up B's pretty fast. Helicopter.
Yeah, it's just, I think for the longest time, they've both been kind of equal, but I've preferred DK. That was terrible timing.
Dang.
If you couldn't notice already, why I'm pausing and whatnot, it's a one-frame trick, so that's fun in a 60 FPS game. But there's plenty of them to go for. So, all right, now I can actually explain what I'm talking about. So the pause glitch, if you enter an ambush fight where it locks the camera and the frame you enter the fight and you press pause and then unpause, then the camera becomes unlocked in that set state that you see. So what it does, it follows me around instead, and what I can do is I can manipulate the camera and actually kill off some of the fight enemies earlier than intended in weird ways, like going from one part of the fight and like them dying off to like the far side of it, just quickly, like early killing, really, just early, like ending the fight earlier than intended.
It sounds kind of complicated, but it's really quite simple. If once he gets the pause, it'll be quite evident whether or not he got it. There's also a couple fights where it's not optimal. The first and only time I've ever gotten the strat, I did it on accident on the wrong fight and lost time.
All right, so there's going to be a lot more attempts. There's a couple that are technically easier just because of like the visual cues with the setup and whatnot, but you'll see it. It might look just weird pausing in the middle of a speedrun. Like, who does that?
This
like,
is such a cool level, in my opinion. It's like one of the coolest levels in the game.
Oh yeah, the glide at the start is cool, but the second part is not.
Nah, it's cool.
That was pretty cool.
Instead of
it'll be
all
cool when I
those-
lose 10 seconds to the first fight and have 3 more fights after that.
But it does make it cool. It makes it really cool if you do it, if you pull it off. It's really hard to pull off.
True. Oh, I didn't tap up. I'm messing up my own glides.
It's okay.
The glides aren't. I think when people first start running this and like want to learn the gliding, they like really overcomplicate it. Just kind of like, I'm also intentionally dying because Mario's better for these fights. But for the gliding, it's just, you really like, it's like the anatomy of a wave, which is what I have like it written down in like the speedrun doc of this game. It's like you just go down and then back up and you have the speed to go along this
Yeah.
just naturally. So it's very easy with like Meta Knight. Pit a little bit harder. Charizard, unless you're playing NG+, it's practically worthless.
I always call Charizard's glide the extended belly flop. So,
There.
That's a good way to describe it.
It is
yeah.
really bad.
Also, that was an insane dodge of the mini mushroom. I don't know how you dodged it.
Yeah,
You just
I
didn't pick
had
it up.
iframes. Pause
Oh,
glitch
okay.
again. That was a frame early.
How do you
Dang.
tell it's a
I got
mini
the
mushroom?
frame.
I've never figured this out.
It's like
Like a duller red.
yeah, it's like a tint duller.
Oh gosh.
Ever so
Really?
dull.
Wow.
Yeah, if you're colorblind, it's probably difficult.
Alright,
That's just-
so there's another pause glitch. That was a frame early. Because you... Oh, I didn't want to save.
First save of
Like, the
game.
way to tell to get a pause glitch, at least for the standard version, because there's a reverse one, and that has a plethora of weird frames in different fights. But it's just like, if you pause and hear the sound of the fight starting, it will always work for a normal one. Also, here's Rayquaza for no apparent reason.
Rayquaza's a bully in this game, kind of. And is like a water type?
I think so.
I know it's like
In
a
the
dragon.
weird chart, it's
I should know
this
this.
game has like a weird. This game has like a weird hidden Pokemon kind of like typing mechanic. So like if you do like sword attacks on sword enemies, it won't do as much. It's like probably like less than 0.01% of the human population knows about that. Actually, no, probably like 0.0001.
It's just you, yeah.
It's like sure. It's weird to explain, but it's a thing. It's like a good reason why in like one of the fights in one of the levels that is gonna be in like 10 minutes or something, we choose one character over the other.
Basically, kind of like the easy way to describe it is, I'm pretty sure it had to do with the stickers, because if you're allowed to use stickers in this run, it'd make it really even more RNG dependent, and those stickers kind of boost the like attack of different kinds of moves. So it'll boost like slashing moves or moves with fists or throws or whatever. So I think the fact that they had that as a gimmick partially attested to those like defenses and super effectiveness to bosses, because it's true, it's a real thing. It's so weird and bizarre, but like bosses
It's so hidden and unexplained.
yeah.
So. Also, I'm assuming this is like a large majority of people's favorite song from this entirety of like the OST of Brawl.
It's a classic. Brimble Blast.
Yeah. Also, Fox is a very good Subspace character, except when I completely overdrive.
A cool thing about Subspace is it actually changes like a lot of the way the characters move. Some characters jumps are like nerfed or buffed. Same with their jump speed, or even falling speed is sometimes nerfed or buffed to make it a little bit more fair to go throughout Subspace with any of the characters. And a lot of the characters that you'll see kind of not be as good competitively, like Yoshi or Captain Falcon, are kind of sick in this game, or at least in Subspace, they're just like really good.
Mm-hmm.
Fox is like okay. Fox is mid-tier, high mid in Brawl competitive play. Has gotten better within time, but in Subspace they're just like super good, really fast, has really strong moves. Some characters just like have better killing moves than others. Meta Knight has like really bad killing potential on just like regular enemies.
Meta Knight and bad in the same sentence.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
It's true. They're good at everything else, but the kill potential of just like your regular enemies, it's even some of the smash attacks don't do it. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. Another intention. Every time you see me just randomly die, it's intentional. Unless I say so.
Like auto scroller kind of
Yeah.
fast
I like.
pace.
There was sometimes this game, like in some levels, have like secret doors, and some of them are 100% completion, or like most of them, not all of them for whatever reason. And so like entering them quickens the auto scroller if you exit back out, if you enter them early enough. So I saved 2 seconds in that auto scroller just because of that.
Yeah, it's a cool time.
And now we have Bowser. These characters are actually called false characters, just because in the story. I know people love the story of this, but no story for you. We're skipping every cutscene. I'm sure everyone knows like at least the cutscenes at this point.
A cool thing I like to note here is we do play on the PAL version. I'm pretty sure you're playing on the PAL version right now.
Yeah.
The PAL version is the fastest version to play Brawl. It does have faster loads for the most part, but one of the places that the loads are just slower for some reason is those like last couple cutscenes of the lake where we were just
There's
at.
a couple.
That makes no
Yeah, there's like
sense.
a couple. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't.
But there is
It doesn't.
we're gonna get to why PAL is the fastest version in a little bit. But PAL, for whatever reason, is just the superior version when you're speedrunning this game.
That's like,
even if it's
that's
not
gotta be
Subspace.
rare. I mean, usually the PAL version just runs slower.
Yeah,
It's
so
a
bizarre.
rarity.
Wow.
There's a Dragalina. I think I can't remember their new tag.
Bizzolina by now, I think.
I think they ran All Star. Yeah.
Alright, so fun auto scroller, which means I guess, since this isn't a marathon and I don't want to say donations now.
Do the thing.
I guess
Do the side B thing.
we can. Oh, you want me to do side B?
Oh, do-
Alright,
do
here's
your
one of the. Alright, here's like one of the texts that exists in competitive that is useless. But there's another one that I'll be using with Lucas that is not useless. So.
Lucas is hype.
But I guess I can go over the quick history for like the last minute of this. So obviously this game came out in like early 2008, but I don't think there was anyone running or doing anything related to Subspace until 2009, where like a random person, Ultima, like we don't know anything about them. They just uploaded like rusty gameplay of like Subspace ILs and like had a segmented run of like 211, 213, I don't know which one, in 2009. They did IOs in like 2009 and 2011. And then we had like a random YouTube video on the internet in 2013 that Ducky uncovered.
Yeah, I did
And that
find
was and that was like the next record. And then redacted, like sad that, but can't say I have to say redacted after that. And then after redacted came Ducky.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah. And he pretty much dominated for like 2 years of when the game also this RNG. What the?
Yeah, this is crazy.
Bro.
Not good.
But Ducky came in like 2016 and dominated for like 2.5 years. It was pretty much when the whole community was active, because by the time I came in at like 2017, so it was really just me, Ducky, and maybe a few other people at the time when like the game was starting to pop off a little bit. It was like 2018 was the best year. It will never top 2018. Alright, real quick, here's the other tech that I'm talking about, magnet pool.
Very hype.
Just like a way to get like quick horizontal momentum when falling. But yeah, so after Ducky's reign of terror ended in like 2019 when he got the time he wanted with I don't know how I forgot. I guess I could mention SW.
Yeah, talk about Spoos.
I could mention about SWC. He like, they did the 12-hour challenge, and within 6 months got the record.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why
And
I thought that was a cutscene.
They got world record and then got the first sub 2.
Wow.
Hold
Which is a
on.
legend.
First pause glitch alert.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
And now I have to do a weird specific like fight strat that I made up, that I had like not made up now, but like made up specifically for the pause glitch. So real quick, that fight right there, I was supposed to kill like the Bitans that originally spawned to end the fight, but I just manipulated a couple of them. Like the ones on the very, very left were dying, while I was manually killing the ones that were following me. Why did I do that? Okay, I'm about to do. There's so much to explain in such a short period of time. I'm about to do a
You're
skip
good,
with
man, you're
Lucas. There's 2 of them in this game, so we just use his PK Thunder and we skip a fight.
No fight for
But
us.
yeah. So the pause glitch, that was like a couple of seconds save. They aren't the biggest time savers, but it's like, why not go for them? It's the reverse pause glitches where most of them are just insane, because they actually are, like, aside from the first one that I did in Sea of Clouds with Sheik and failed at, and thought I had a weird camera and got for whatever reason, that's the only one that isn't done in an auto-scroller. All the other ones are done in auto-scrollers and are able to skip them. It's actually crazy. The time save is ridiculous.
So was this
But I've actually...
reverse time or a reverse.
That's the reverse pause glitch. Yeah.
All right.
It's pretty much any time you see an auto-scroller plus the Sea of Clouds one, because those are the ones that just save time. There's like one or two more that save time in RTA in TAS. I think that's in like Path to the Ruins, but I obviously can't go for that.
Yeah.
So here, we are Marth because we have a whole horde of Primids, like the enemies in the game.
The next character for Smash.
Also another damage boost. Ooh, damage boost. Alright, so here, this might be baffling to some people, but we're gonna avoid Meta Knight because he absolutely sucks because of that weird Pokemon mechanic.
Yeah.
He absolutely sucks at killing sword Primids.
Yeah.
It's the only enemy he doesn't one-shot on easy. So it's actually faster to be Marth, and it's also helpful that, you know, we're already Marth, so we get that quicker load. How do I avoid that? No, I didn't want to try. I wanted to avoid the smart bomb. There's a lot of adaptation in this. I don't know why I didn't aggro that one. There's a lot of adaptation.
Yeah. There's
So-
AI for each of the enemies. And sometimes they'll like just go right towards you, which is what you want them to do. Sometimes they will do
Yeah.
this and they'll sit back and do nothing.
Yeah. So if you run this game, there's a little bit of adaptation, but a lot of it is straightforward. So right here, I'm actually dying and killing the Pyramid at the same time to spawn in as Meta Knight into the next room. And this is the thing that I'm going to let Ducky completely explain because I've done it way too many times and I'm tired of explaining.
Yeah. Tech will definitely like correct what I misspeak. But Tech definitely found this. He like made this RTA viable, and this is like the pioneer for this strat here in the stage and for doing these in runs. But basically, what we're doing is we skip the first fight and we spawned into the second fight, and then we canceled out that second fight by spawning into the first fight.
I hope no one gets a headache.
Once the first fight's done, or once the second fight is canceled, there's not supposed to be an auto scroller. But the game knows that we're in that first fight still, so the game like thinks that we're in that first fight for a little bit, and we keep like at least one of those Primids alive for a certain amount of time, because if you kill them too early, the game will just kill you. Sometimes soft lock as well.
Yeah.
So you wait to kill them until a certain time. You have a visual cue, and then sorry, this is just it's so convoluted. It usually takes like a stage and a half to explain. But you kill them, and then you have a certain amount of time. You use audio cues in the music to get to the end of the stage before the game tries to correct where you're at in the game. Because where we are at actually in the game, we're supposed to be an auto scroller, but we're way far away from where that is actually at. And the game does have a certain time limit to where the game knows that it's not an auto scroll anymore. You're supposed to be in a fight. So we have basically that much time to get to the door before the game corrects where you're at and kills you. And sometimes it'll be okay, and sometimes it'll just soft lock and you have to redo the whole level.
I'm sure everyone has already forgotten that room entirely.
Yeah, exactly.
And also, hey, another skip after indulging in all that information.
It's such a convoluted speedrun. It's such an interesting run. There's so much going on. It's so cool. It's honestly so
it's like
visually
no
appealing as
downtime.
well.
Just outside the auto scrollers. Yeah, it gets crazy sometimes. Like that's the craziest it will get, because I don't even know how I like figured it all out in like 2017 for that specific room. But that's like as crazy as it will get, besides explaining pause glitch.
Yeah, that is crazy. I don't know. I also don't know how they did that. I remember back in the day, I was like, I'm not doing that. But you know, it's actually not too bad. I swing.
I did that for the people.
Yeah. You don't have to kill that one at the end there for some reason. There's only like certain Primids and enemies in general that.
There's certain enemies that spawn. That's all right. This is like the easiest pause glitch to hit. As I say that, I completely hit it a frame early.
That's okay.
There's a lot of them, so a good amount of attempts to get at least
Yoshi.
a couple.
Yoshi's hype. I really love Yoshi
Rude.
in Subspace and in general. I usually play Yoshi. But Yoshi's like, again, one of those characters that is generally not that good in like competitive play or whatever. But in Subspace is really good. They get to where you got to go really fast. They go up fast. They go horizontally fast. They go down fast.
They're just fast. I do love how Yoshi's like paired with Link as well. It's like this is like, you know, we're not gonna worry about why. It just is. Don't worry about it. Don't think about it too hard. This boss is here now.
They're both green.
They are green. I think that's where the similarities begin and end. So maybe like Link tried to find like a cuckoo egg, right? And then like Anju gave him one. And turned out to be a Yoshi egg instead.
It's actually just Yoshi, yeah.
There's the lore. I figured it out.
Yeah, I don't understand some of these pairings. They just needed to do something, and it worked, I guess.
I think it's very cute.
True.
Finding Yoshi asleep, that'd be hype.
Right here, I'm just gonna yeet that guy.
Yeah.
I don't normally yeet his friend, but I'm gonna do it to him too. Actually, if that was the last pyramid, that would have been a cracked fight. I just realized. All right. Well,
it still looked pretty cracked to me.
All right. Yeah, it's just knowing which moves to use and when to use them, where to use. It's just it goes really in depth with these locked fights because it's always the same fight. There's just, you know, sometimes RNG could be a little different.
You've seen really some pretty good fight like strats that Tech does. Pretty much like as he says, there's a formula every run that he does for these fights. So he kind of knows what he's doing within each fight. There are certain things that can change those things. But for example, when he said he doesn't usually kill that second guy that he yeeted, he doesn't kill them because sometimes we want to hit enemies into other enemies. Because once those enemies are actually off screen is when the game counts them as dead, not once their health bar goes to 0. So usually they'll like bounce off of one thing and then bounce off another thing and then despawn. So once we can,
that's the most ideal situation.
Yeah. And
so you'll see that a good amount. Hopefully.
You can do it with enemies and you can do it with items as well. You actually saw it with the explosion box. So like any item that has a hitbox of its own, it'll work. Like soccer balls work as well, stuff like that.
Alright, I could explain real quick. I have to explain two things. Quick attacking is another competitive kind of like tech that's made it way over the subspace. So just quick attacking to the ground and spamming jump. It's really that simple. But also, I just broke the game because of terrible level design. There's a button that activates this auto-scroller. And yeah, both of the characters that you can play as, you can hit the button underneath where you're supposed to be.
Oh no.
Because you're supposed to unlock the section above where you hit the button with like a key. But you can just thunder with Pikachu or up B, tether with like ZSS, Zero Suit Samus, and just, yeah, terrible level design. I don't know how that made it through.
So you can just skip like a good third of this like puzzle, move on to the next one.
I always get flashbacks of Pikachu, you know. Someone would always just get Pikachu and then like go underneath the map and start thundering. Like, oh man, I know how to do that.
Thunder is so strong in this game.
Yeah.
And I know that there's been like attempts at trying to do this this level like out of sync of the like intended puzzle, but there's this room up here is so like weirdly designed when you don't have all the other rooms completed. It's just impossible.
Yeah, you just can't skip it. I'm sure the super zoomer of like 2032 will figure it out.
That's the metal primitive.
You know, I need to write that down.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's just what I call like the new generation of like when a young like maybe like 16-year-old gets into a specific game and just absolutely destroys everyone before them. It's like that's my term for it. All right, so that was basically like the first quarter of the game.
Yeah,
that was the first 10 levels. Now we move on to God, I hate this. Outside of like maze, I hate outside of Maze, where there's sub-splits for characters. This is the only other level where, like, Ducky and a few other runners, I didn't, but they have a sub-split for these fights because they're just that atrocious.
They're really annoying.
They're just, bro. Oh my god! I ain't doing this today.
They're pretty much like
doing this today. There goes Pit.
Pit's my main. Let's go, Pit.
Into the pit of despair. They're so bad because just the random RNG patterns you can get. It's like, it's a headache. It's always been a headache.
You can have some crazy, like super good RNG. And so they can also just like work with you. There's not like it's not too difficult. It's just they can be so annoying. Just not approach you.
Yeah.
Or get good items.
Yeah. There's a pause glitch after, and there's a pause glitch after this like whole area, but it literally, without the pause glitch, it took me like 2 years to beat Ducky's gold. Just like without it, just because of fights probably.
Dang.
Like it's so, bro. Mario, you gotta stop. Okay.
I got you, bro.
I ain't having it. I ain't having it. All right. That was that average.
No, that's fine.
Maybe.
Oh, not bad.
Maybe like below average. Those fights always suck.
Yeah,
they're like the only other split than Maze to have like a sub-split. All right, here's a pause glitch. I forgot I should have died with Pit, but oh well. All right, I'm dying with Pit now instead, which is a dumb time loss because Pit sucks for this fight. I kind of want to be Yoshi, so
Yoshi down tilt just kills these guys. Hurt. Yep.
That might be good.
Yep.
Bro.
So did that one just walk
Alright,
off?
so there's another reverse pause glitch that I... Oh.
Sorry.
Bro,
go on, Tech.
I don't need that game.
Oh.
I had... Whenever I try to go for a reverse pause glitch at the end of ambushes, I try to hit them vertically up because then I have like a better sense of like a visual cue of when to hit it. But if they just go on the sides and then like probably get interfered by like say that crate that was there, it's completely over. I tried. It wasn't gonna happen. It will be a literal miracle to hit just one of those because I mean they're new. They were found 2 months ago, and I haven't really like touched this game other than like 3 other times since. So I've still never hit one in a run. It's like the setups to do them have to go right. And then, just hit the right frame.
Yeah, they're really cool.
And
it's hard. I also haven't gotten them yet.
It's a lot of weird frame perfect stuff in this game. You wouldn't think, but there's a lot.
And those
most of them are in the second half.
Those bomb head enemies, they pretty much just like throw their head and then they just run away. So if they're on a platform, they'll just run and fall off.
True. Also, another fun auto-scroller, because I don't know why. They just like auto-scrollers in this game. People used to complain so much about the auto-scrollers, but I literally did calculations, so it's like 12 and a half minutes of auto-scroller in like a 2-hour run, and it's like, the slower you are, the like less it's gonna, like be, like, in lengthwise of your like whole run. Like, I don't know, people used to complain about it, but it's like, less than an eighth of the runtime, which sure might seem a lot, but it's not really.
A lot of the time, you're also having to do stuff during the auto-scroller, so like you are having. There are a lot of strats in like entering that door a lot sooner, like how you did. So there is time saved in the auto-scrollers.
True. All right, I just did a quick. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, this is old strats. I don't do this anymore. I have a new method to activate this like timed like lava blocks sooner.
Oh, well. Okay. Yeah, the cycle is like it's on a timer, so you can just like.
Of course.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'm trying to get used. I'm trying to like get used to like Z grabbing midair with that key, and it's so awkward for no reason.
Small flub.
Alright. I could do another pause glitch right here, but it saves 3 seconds, and the fight to do it correctly is like near impossible, so no thanks.
This fight is so funny
Hey.
with the pause glitch. It's like, it's really awkward. Another reason why you have to
How's he not dead?
the fight a certain way when you do pause glitches is because sometimes the death zones get really weird. You have to make sure you don't die.
Hit the bomb.
Let's go. Let's go.
Why does it feel like this level took 10 minutes? Oh my god, it actually feels like it took 10 minutes.
Shore.
God, I hate it.
It's a long stage.
Like
Rough.
It's a 5-minute level, but I just feel like I just spent 10 minutes on it when I definitely did not.
But now we're at a fun stage. This is fun. I like the Lucas.
Oh yeah,
levels.
true. This is oddly like one of the ones that are more consistent.
Oh yeah,
So-
for sure.
Just take a damage boost to get iframes to avoid that jike, and do a magnet pull over those spikes, and then gonna do the second and last skip with Lucas.
If you ever want to do
very
a fight
bad.
skip, oh okay.
Yeah, just don't, because I did. I was so slow on the like rotation.
I was gonna
That's pretty
say.
much.
I was gonna say if you ever want to like go in subspace and try and do a skip, that's the one to do. It's really, it's a pretty easy one to get typically.
I mean, that one isn't really that bad.
No, it's not.
The Ruined Zoo one is a little harder because you have a lot less margin for, or a lot more margin for error. But that one's
going
not
fast,
the
though.
hardest.
I usually
it was
take
just,
more time to set up, so
yeah, it's just the rotation.
yeah.
Because you have to like, like people always like troll with like Nest, PK Fire, and whatever people do in Ultimate these days. I've literally not touched Ultimate in like 5 years, but it's all about like having the perfect circle rotation with the PK Thunder skips. So I was just slow. I could easily tell. I only have some fights that are pretty standard.
Hey,
Hope that I get a big mushroom to make it quicker.
yeah, that was a fun combo. Talk about hitting enemies into each other.
I got him in time.
It also do damage to the other enemy if they're like alive, so
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
helpful for that as well.
Ooh, that might be good. I'm gonna take that now. Die. Alright, so normally I would do like a quick jump PK or magnet pull here, but I'm big, so I'm just gonna run because it's faster. And then delay because we want to manip the enemies, kill them as quick as possible. I don't know how that worked. I'm supposed to fall in between the platforms to have more buffer. Alright, and we're gonna avoid taking the elevator like a normal human being.
I take the high road, you know?
True. Oh, I didn't get it. Alright, and now we have another... It could go, like, insanely well for no reason or insanely bad for many reasons.
This fight's
So we have a Wario fight, and there was an old strat where we PK fire him
oh, you're not doing
on the wall. I was terrible DI. I was a bit too right, but he had terrible DI. But the old chat used to just PK fire him in between one of the walls for like 10 seconds. It's kind of funny, honestly.
Yeah,
but
it was sick.
the faster one is just throw him
I
off the
honestly
side.
would like almost go for that all the time in like like marathons because it's funny. Hey,
It is funny.
Let's go momentum. Let's go. If you let go of side B at the right time when you're going off ledges with Yoshi, you get like a lot of momentum and you can go really far. So he was able to kind of get a nice cycle there.
Ooh, soccer ball. Soccer ball's sick here because I can just absolutely annihilate everyone. Okay,
Oh.
just annihilated me. That ain't right.
I was insane.
Sign this guy up for the cup finals. Alright. And now more like platform movement. That's just like Yoshi's easily the best of the bunch.
Yeah.
Pit's fine, but Yoshi's a lot better than Pit for fights, so that's why Yoshi's really chosen. Just like some psychology like that for a lot of the picks.
The recovery move
It's a
also.
lot of reoccurring picks. Yeah, double jump as its like technical up B in a way.
Yeah.
Double jump goes hard.
You go so high in subspace. Yoshi, like, I'm pretty sure Yoshi got, like, buffed or something. I don't know why they...
Why am I doing
I'm
this so
not mad
early?
about it.
It's like canceling my double jump momentum earlier with the tongue, and I just did it too early.
I don't think I'll ever get
More
tired of
yeeting.
chucking
I'm
these
sure
giant,
I'll-
like, right off
Yeah.
the field.
It's normally
They're
it's
like
normally
pickled
just them.
chickens.
Also, I didn't get an item, so I'm sad and have to waste 2 seconds.
Yeah, if you can get an enemy or an item, you can throw it down at that enemy and like run away.
I'm like doing stuff too early.
The one thing I gotta ask
All right.
has to do with tripping.
Oh, yeah.
Does that happen here?
Yeah, we've
yeah.
getting lucky for sure. Nice pause glitch.
I just got the most joking pause glitch of all time
That was
because
hype.
that one's the only one that I go for that doesn't save like 3 or 4 seconds plus. That saves like 2 seconds, and I like never get it. And all I had to do was just kill the right giant Goomba and let the left one die because of the camera manipulation. It's like I basically also just lost that time save because I just messed up the last bit of movement. So that's fair. That's fun.
Nah, it was clean though. It was clean.
All right, and unlike the previous levels with Squirtle, Pokemon Trainer, and Lucas, I'm actually picking Squirtle instead of Lucas because there's like a time-based cycle in the first part of this room that Squirtle can make it, not only because he's a little quicker, technically, than Lucas, but he's just smaller, so he can make it through this gap, and Lucas can't.
Yeah, you can
So
make the
right
cycle
here,
with Lucas.
there.
It's just really tight.
It might be just tasks only.
I have
but
done
you-
it. I swear I've done it.
If you've done it, you're the only one.
I
And
swear
that's
I've
correct.
done it.
But it's like, it's not free with
No,
Squirtle,
no.
but it's like, it's your only option in a way.
Yeah, it's definitely not easy with Lucas. I swear I used to
Yeah,
do it.
it's a couple of seconds of time save.
If only you could play as like the actual Pokemon trainer person. He's getting around.
I
I don't know.
know.
He's right there, right?
I
He just runs
don't,
through the-
I don't know if there's even is there even a single mod that does that? Because it's just, there's mods that separate the Pokemon.
I don't know. Yeah.
But I don't know if there's anyone that lets you play the Pokemon. I don't know how that would look.
you just
You
farm,
just chuck the
get different.
Pokeball and then just catch the opponent, and then
he's
it's
stuck over
game.
there, right? Yeah, he's just
Game.
sitting over there doing something.
Game.
Then he probably goes out of bounds, walks behind the out of the level.
He's just another Captain Falcon clone.
Alright. Intentional death. Because I'm about to do a damage boost for almost no reward.
But this is a cool level. I like this level. The beginning is very fun to do, fast especially. Like just getting that cycle is really satisfying and everything.
And then you go into a little break, which some people like. And then the last bit is like consistent, and then the like last room is awful. Awful.
You do get a little bit of everything in this room for sure, or in this stage.
True. Bro, I can save this. I'm a gamer.
That was cracked.
I had to be in the middle of the room so I didn't, like, the spikes hit my PK Thunder. Like, actually, I've never had to save it like that before. That was just straight up just thinking
I'm fine,
completely.
I'm fine.
Straight
Also-
up gaming.
Also got a medal, which is really good because I want to enter this door as soon as possible. Because I want to cancel the rest of the auto scroll and do a damage boost here.
Good task strat, bro.
Run, Lucas, run. Okay.
Nice.
Normally I would go over 150%, and guess how much that all saved? About 1 second. And guess what? I have the damage still.
But it's cool. But it's cool.
True. I only go for it because these next fights are insanely consistent.
Yeah.
Like, the only thing that could probably kill me right now is a mine that could spawn in the last fight of these three. Like,
It's
everything else is like super consistent.
it's really weird how consistent these fights are. These fights used to be like kind of like run enders when like back in the day, and now they have a very consistent. Like you just stand in a spot. If you charge until a certain time, it works.
Yeah.
Boom. One more time. Boom.
All right. Didn't get a hot head. Dang. Hot heads
yeah.
could help me in this next section because it's just straight up hitting buttons.
Button simulator.
And anything that's moving with the hitbox, and I don't have to do the work. That would be nice, but nope.
Lucas also has a
Didn't get the
really
orange.
slow dash attack, so that's unfortunate as well.
Yeah, you have to shield stop jab these. It's the fastest way.
The first person I saw doing that was Fuzziness.
Oh. Alright, and then we just run into this guy and go in the door into another absolutely awful, horrible fight where I'm going to try to get a back air spike, which is one of the hardest to hit in the game.
He's a very
I might actually just straight up be able to... Why did I press... Magnet hands. I hate magnet hands, bro. I need to get the spike. I need to get the spike for everyone. Bro, just give it. Just give it. Get off the ledge. He's going for the nut. Okay.
Alright.
I didn't even kill him.
Oh.
It's either you get the back air spike and all is good, or everything sucks and I hate my life with that fight. That's just how it be with those specific fights. Boss characters are a lot easier. It's just like the normal characters. Hey, look, we can actually play as Broken Knight again.
These
And
these
I'm just
small
gonna
wild
lie.
levels are, for lack of a better term, wild. Yeah.
I don't know what I was expecting, but yeah, there's like both, because there's the first one and then there's a second one that will be happening shortly. They both have their unique strats, but the first one will show really quick. And I mean, if this was a marathon, I probably would like give up if it didn't work after like 20 seconds. But I think I'll actually go for it until I get it, because this is just an event. So
Yeah, you
it's
got
like we're not like.
It is. All right.
What,
Okay.
What do you mean? I mean, we're not. I'll try to go fast, but it's a really cool strat that people probably would like. It's just I don't even know if it's frame perfect, pixel perfect, sub-pixel perfect. I don't know if we're in Super Mario Bros. Territory. I have no clue, but it looks weird. Like,
sure
what am I
it's
doing?
Perfect.
Like, what am I doing? Why am I like being on this ledge constantly?
You can do it.
Well, that's why.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You just clip into a mountain, and by doing that, we skip over a fight that we already used to skip at the top of the mountain, and it saves a total about, guess what, 10 seconds. And you want to know how much I just lost doing that? 15 seconds.
Like,
So
don't
I
even
saved
say
nothing.
that part.
But it was so cool.
It saved 20 minutes.
There you,
You
go.
found the
Now
secret
you got the
cave.
attitude.
It was like Generation 3 Pokemon Secret Cave. Like, you found it. And you got out the cave from the other side. Cool.
It's like the wackiest looking thing that you'll see. There's a couple more, because this game, it truly is like the wacky Smash game. But that one's like how did that even make it into this game?
It's like a weird glitch that works with like certain ledges, and like if you have a particular kind of up B, you can do it with like Charizard. I know, and I don't know all the characters that you can kind of do that with, but I know Charizard's one of them.
Alright, kill that big pyramid while getting height to get this big glide. So we're gonna skip over all these fun cannons just to spike them, because they killed me in the 4th level. So
GG.
no, that's like actually fast. So that's like the fastest strat. So hello, it's the guy from Ultimate. When did he get here? Right.
When did he get? Well, this is where he started. So
Yeah, it's like the only like resemblance of Subspace, like gameplay wise, in World of Light and Ultimate. Like, they brought this guy back as a boss in World of Light,
is this the first?
and that's pretty much it.
Is this the first original Subspace boss you fight?
Yes, I think so. Because you get PD and then you get the pause.
I wonder if we fight him again.
Also,
I wonder if we fight him again.
oh yeah. I wonder too. Hey, here he is.
Okay.
Oh, he's really mad. We have to fight him again. So he's giving me the worst RNG he possibly can.
That's a Charizard.
No, he's giving me the worst RNG he possibly can.
It's still
And also,
Charizard.
I just killed him in like 20 seconds because there's a thing that was found within the first 2 days or something of release where Charizard's Rock Smash against the bosses specifically is unbelievably broken. I have no clue why.
Well,
it's like all the
is
like
that a
little
Pokemon
pebble
based
hits.
off of the weight of the opponent, maybe? No, that way that's like speed.
I haven't gone too far into it. Also, I guess we can mention this is like probably one of the most important things to exist in this game ever.
Yeah, it is.
Just wait. Oh no, I died.
No.
I should have done a bit. I messed a bit. I should have like.
Wait,
I should have done it fully. Alright. I was thinking of doing a bit mid-death, and then I just didn't, and I bailed on it.
I bet.
But
Okay.
I did a death warp to skip a fight, and ultimately skip an auto-scroller. And you can skip the fight in NTSC, but the difference is, why am I writing this? Okay. The difference is, I need the height. Okay. The difference is that the auto-scroller, am I not making this? Oh my god.
Oh no.
What is wrong with me? Alright, well this is a fight that you can skip, and I guess I'm not doing that right now.
Extra content.
But the difference is, with that first room, on NTSC, now that I can explain it, is that the auto-scroller is not skippable. It just spawns you back into the start if you try to death warp. Oh, that was it.
Why
So
is that
that's
difference? Like, of all things.
no clue.
What's going on?
No clue. Saves a minute and 25 seconds. And that's pretty much the worry. Like, I mean, with the finding of like the reverse pause glitches, because you can also do a reverse pause glitch to skip the auto scroller in NTSC as well. It's just like the death warp is PAL exclusive. I'm not too sure if NTSC would technically still. I mean, it's not faster, but it's like now it's like, you know, if you want to be at the top, you gotta get PAL. It's like if you have NTSC and can't get PAL to like be able to do like that and a couple other things, it's like, yeah, you can do NTSC and be at the top, but you know, you have to hit like 5 frame perfect tricks in a row.
Yeah.
Well, that's just like, that's just leeway now at this point, because before it was like, yeah, it's like if you want to like long-term run this game, get PAL.
Yeah.
I'd still like highly recommend it, of course, because you know, not until like that 2032 Super Zoomer comes along that I was talking about, and just, you know, actually does those like
Runs
a
on
madman.
Korean version.
Oh god, that is still not going to be faster because it's NTSC.
Yeah, I know.
And I have the Korean version, like a physical Korean version. I just don't have a Korean Wii to actually play it.
So I'm curious why you have a Korean version of this.
Part of the
I just collection at this point. I have like a million different versions of PAL. Like I have a Russian Brawl box with like a German PAL disc. It goes deep.
it goes deep. We were also there was also like
collection. I'm all for it.
I didn't know it went that deep. That's kind of cool. But I do
There's a lot
know
of weird things with
that
it.
within the community, we were like really just trying to figure out like what, because for a while we didn't know if the Japanese version could do the same thing as PAL version, until we found until I think Swiss got the Japanese version and then found out it's the same thing as NTSC. But that was like part of it for a little bit, and yeah, it gets got a collection from it. That's cool.
I don't know why. I just wanted to spend money on just games and covers.
It's
like,
cool.
I'm still playing on the same PAL disc that I have. Like, the first PAL disc I got, the same one I'm playing on right now. So everything else is collection.
A lot of history on that disc.
So, everyone remembers this guy. Well, you're not going to remember him for too much longer. Because there he goes.
And have a good one. Yeah.
It's like,
We
what
used
happens when he
to-
just like, his hitbox is so big, he just walks off the edge of the map?
Yeah.
No, he grabbed him.
You grab and back throw him and he died.
And he's then too big and dies. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the strat. It works on even intense.
Yeah.
I love
Sick.
it.
And like no one knows about it.
We used to play with Fox. We actually did that play with every character, but we've like it took us forever to realize that it would load Diddy fastest because you're fighting against Diddy.
Yeah, it's just another like thing. Like that's why I intentionally dived with Fox to spawn Diddy before I entered, the like false giant Diddy door. It's just another one of those things where it's like being the same character as long as it's optimal to do so, and just going to the next room with the same character for that extra bit of time save. It's like like a good amount of time save, but it doesn't get as crazy unless you like look in NG plus.
True.
Because NG plus with that is ridiculous.
New Game Plus is like a completely different experience of Subspace. It's really cool. It's really optimized. There's lots of really like cool strats that you wouldn't see otherwise.
Yeah, it's an arbitrary category because it's not like 100% and like 100% any percent like official. I mean, it is official to us, but like not. It's arbitrary in that sense because it's you just literally go on a completed file and just play all 31 levels again.
Yeah.
So you choose any character you
that's pretty
want
much
and do all the levels.
Yeah.
Yep. Any character you want. Also, nice kill.
And you don't got to do Great Maze, which is like really cool.
Yeah, you just literally go and kill the final boss.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I spoiled it. My bad.
No. How'd you know? I was like, oh no. I mean, I didn't mind. I just wanted to do final boss just because many people probably forgotten about
Who?
like a lot of this.
Yeah.
Who? I don't know who you're talking about. That guy at the end.
This
He's kind of
stage,
blue.
The swamp and the stage that he's going to do right now, the research facility, which is the second time we're going to it, really pivotal parts of the run. Usually, like they're one really long levels compared to a lot of the other stages, but also there's a lot of stuff that goes into each of these levels. So this next one's a lot more intricate, I'd say.
Yeah, the first half is like whatever. Actually, it's like a couple seconds faster to be Pikachu here.
Yeah.
But it's a lot harder to get all the movement right and save that time. So I still just do the old, like, old reliable ZSS.
That's so cool. Look at that. That's so cool.
There's a ladder in like that dark bit of darkness. We can just avoid that because of the set, like, momentum from the down air with Zero Suit. And instead of being Zero Suit now, we're being Pikachu because these fights are absolutely atrocious except for one move. Just down smash.
Yeah.
Bro, he...
Rage inducing.
Alright, whatever, good enough.
Oh, I hate this jungle.
I had the...
Ooh, got him. Ooh.
I had the perfect setup, like alley-oop, and just didn't capitalize. I'll never be MJ. Alright. So now this one is weird because now we're Samus, and it's like, oh, why are you Samus? You just talked about loading in the same character. This makes no sense. You're losing time. There's going to be a death warp where we want to be Pikachu for like the last bit of the level, so that's where ZSS or Samus comes in because now she got her power shoot back. And that's like the only reason why we play Samus, because this is get a good look at her because this is it.
Yeah, she's actually her run speed and whatnot is a little slower as suited Samus, but it's actually like really helpful in that particular room. Like super helpful.
Pikachu is awkward.
Pikachu is very awkward in that room.
Yeah. So this looks weird. I'm just gonna die. And what it does is there's a fight that I'm gonna be spawning below, and with Pikachu, there's a button to hit to activate these platforms. And it's just another case of bad level design.
Yeah, pressed it with thunder.
Yep, just avoided a fight.
And we're done, good job.
And now this bit of movement is sick if I can pull it all off with Pikachu quick attacks and whatnot.
Hey.
It's all like fast pace and just like timing everything right. This one's the hardest one.
Ooh, that was so clean.
Alright, gaming.
Oh, that was pretty gaming.
So like that's a pretty good case of like Pikachu quick attack being broken.
Yeah, you get to skip do a lot of sequence breaking in the last two rooms of this stage. It's really cool.
Yeah. There was like other rooms with the teleporters where you have to like, you know, go like room by room. Instead, like with Pikachu's like double jump and quick attacks, I just skip pretty much one of the two rooms. I just skipped the sequence, really. Yeah, and this is awful RNG.
There's you can get any item to spawn in these fights. It's ideal to get the cracker cannon, I think is what it's called.
Oh, there he is, going off the ultimate. Goodbye.
So it's you just like mash the A button and it just deletes the boss health, no matter what boss it is. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. All right, and now we sadly didn't get to see the cutscene where Falcon murders a bunch of Pikmin in celebration of Pikmin 4 releasing. How sad. So now we're just going through. It's like one of the most boring levels. I just have never have nothing to talk about this level.
It's a very
it's just
a very easy
it's just
level.
a fight. It's just a fight and then a horde. But this is actually technically in the. I mean, not in the run like time wise, but like level wise, duration wise. This is like the halfway point. So
yeah.
I think since we do have, unless I'm on record pace, which I'm probably like 10 minutes behind. We will probably be doing a break after this level. So I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah,
because this is far from record.
Break after we finish this level. We'll get up, stretch, get some water, charge.
Alright, here's just a quick death. Just to despawn those enemies. Just a bit faster, because we do monkey slap. Funny monkey slap. Just more optimal. Bro.
Dang.
Bro. Okay. I wanted to grab him. I'm gonna yeet him off. Okay, normally I would like monkey clap these guys, but I'm just gonna yeet them.
The reason that it's coming up as up throw sometimes is there's a neutral throw for every character whenever he grabs a character.
Right. You can stop time now.
All right. Yeah. I think if you wanted to finish your thoughts before we head into the break, I want to cut you off.
Yeah.
So like if you grab any enemy, it'll automatically throw the enemy pretty much like right away. So even if you don't put a direction, it'll throw them. So you have to do the input really quickly. So I don't know if it's frame perfect, but you have to do it pretty quickly in order to get the right throw. So
it's like 3 frames. I don't know why. That's why it was up throw.
Yeah. I guess I didn't know his neutral was up throw. That's funny.
Yeah. Normally I just like monkey slap them to death, but I'm sure a lot of people like seeing the characters get yeeted.
It's funny, yeah.
All right. God, there's so many like just like fun little tiny mechanics that like I've never really thought about. So thank you so much for you know.
Yeah, it goes very deep with this game.
There's so much to unpack, so I imagine it's tough to communicate everything in such a short.
It's like non-stop. There's like outside of the auto-scrollers, like there's no downtime. So, and even with the auto-scrollers, I mean, even with the auto-scrollers, like even like having to explain 50 million things, it's kind of like the whole game is no downtime. That's just how it be.
Yeah, thank you, Nintendo, for putting those auto-scrollers in so we have time to explain everything that's happening. But we're going to go into a brief break, everybody. And I would like to let you all know that Games Done Quick is hiring. If you have experience in social media creation, want to help out at our live events, you're going to go to gamesdonequick.com/jobs to apply. And if you missed out on any of our other Hotfix shows or past events, check out the VODs on youtube.com/gamesdonequick. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after this. And welcome back from the break, everybody. As a reminder to those of you just joining us, you are watching Game Masters, and we are showcasing the Super Smash Bros. Brawl Subspace Emissary any percent on easy by Textro. We're about halfway through it, and already, like, I and many members of the chat have learned so much about this game, like more than I thought I was going to learn. But let's go ahead and get right back into it. So, Textro, whenever you are ready, go ahead and count us back in.
Yep. All right, 3, 2, 1, and go. All right. So we're pretty much halfway done at the halfway point, just the back half of levels into the level that everyone absolutely hates. Now we get to play as Meta Knight again, and he's got some pretty cool movements.
It's a very high skill based level. There's so much movement involved here. It's solely vertical.
That
was so
cool. I thought I didn't get the fall down. Oop.
Oh.
I didn't mean to do that. Alright, I messed up a good amount of the movement, but that was pretty cool, right?
Yeah, that was heckin' awesome.
That was cool. Well, now enjoy the 2-minute auto-scroller now.
Can you just like stand
for whatever reason.
Just like press one button, you're good.
Ooh, do the taunt thing. Do the taunt
for like
thing.
the first half.
Do the up taunt.
Wait, what is the up taunt?
So, his hitbox extends ridiculously high when he does that taunt. So if you do it when you're under those spikes, you can get hit by it.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah.
I actually never knew that.
Fun facts. We're learning every day, huh?
It's so weird.
I don't know why, but yeah, his hitbox just like extends. But so a fun like note for like the difficulties. Every difficulty that you do, the auto scrollers get faster. So like when you do New Game Plus, if you're going to do this level, you actually do it on intense, because this auto scroller goes from being like 2 minutes to being like I think it's like, is it like actually it's like a minute, or I don't know how much?
It's probably like 50 seconds.
Yeah, it goes really fast on intense. So like on TASes and stuff like that, I'm sure that they do it on intense, right? I think they do.
I think.
But yeah, so on any of the auto scrollers, if you do on a higher difficulty, it's going to be faster than on easy. But you can't change difficulty. Yeah.
I guess one thing I probably might have forgotten to mention early on with Meta Knight is, why am I doing like before every or after every jump? Why am I doing like an up air? It just cancels out the like bit of end lag that the jump has after by like 2 frames or something, so it just saves like a couple frames every bit of jumps that I do for like getting momentum and height for a skip or whatnot.
I love those little micro optimizations. Like it's something like when I'm learning a speed run or something, like I compare myself to a very skilled person. Like they seemingly just like gain time out of nowhere. It's like, wait, I did the same jumps, and it's like, how are you 5 seconds ahead? It's little things like that everything add up, and that's what makes the best the best.
Yep. And since we like using Meta Knight a lot, you just constantly see that happening every time. Now we're at the peak of the glacial, because that's what it's called backwards, glacial peak. And we have Lucario here, and he's gonna go die really, really, really quick.
You can play as Lucario if you want.
But it's bad, because he's not Meta Knight. If you're not Meta Knight, you're bad.
You can
except
also
for
play
that
as
one
Isis,
time we don't choose. You should be able to.
I think you are. I don't know. Yeah.
Just no one uses it. No one uses Icy. Alright, and now we have one of the worst levels in the game, at least to me. I'm biased. I absolutely hate it. It's just a horde fight level.
Yeah. Which
means it's pure, complete RNG, and like hoping to God that manipulation works and whatnot. And it's not bad.
I want to piggyback off of the micro like time save thing. When we were talking about the world record history, which there is a video about it, we like link it at some point in the chat. If you haven't seen it, it's a similar to Summoning Salt video style world record history of Subspace Emissary speedruns. It's a really, really cool video, and we're definitely not biased by saying that. It's a really cool video, and it goes like into detail about a lot of the stuff that we're talking about, and also does give like a lot of context as to how like kind of crazy the times that tech is getting, let alone what we were getting back in the day. Sub 2 used to be like such a joke. It was not even something I thought was possible for a really long time. And the fact that not only not only is there like multiple people that have sub 2, but Tech has almost a sub 150 is absolutely absurd, and Tech is like super crazy good at Subspace. So.
Yeah, I mean I mean I've been done since 2020. All I've been doing the marathon and events at this point. I'm the 2032 Super Zoomer will come through.
It's gonna be crazy.
I've put up the torch. I'm kind of done.
This is one of the levels that really like shows the skill that Tech has. First of all, he's doing Dacus, which dash attack cancel up smash. Saves a little bit of time if you do it perfectly. Those are pretty good Dacuses, but this room right here, I'm gonna let him explain it because I'm super bad at explaining what happens, but I'll let him do it first. It's definitely the hardest trick to pull off in the run, I'd say. Pretty sure they would agree with me as well. He's pretty much just moving out of bounds during this entire time. If he messes up, he'll either die or clip into bounds. Either way, he'll be clipping into bounds, and he got it. So, clap.
Actually got it. It's so weird because I've been on a streak of getting that in marathon runs because it is like the most technical hard skip because every other skip is literally just like gliding or like moving a circle. But right there, I just skipped the room with Snake where there was 3 buttons and portals that we have to hit to actually activate. There's these sliding doors to get us to the door that I entered originally.
You'll see a similar room like that later.
Yeah, and so we skipped that by just up being at the start because there's not a ceiling. So we use that to our advantage and up be out. And just straight up do some good old Duelist Pro action.
If you know how to
so like
play with Snake, those like that no competitive smash, like you can pretty much never die if it involves like either I guess it just involves like not falling off the stage. You can always come back if you're good enough with Snake, because Snake has a lot of tools to make it so that you can just hit yourself and do a lot of shenanigans to make it so that you can get back to the stage. So Tech was able to really like use those tactics to like, I don't know how he does it because I definitely don't do that. But originally so
it wasn't a thought to be RTA viable, but then like after Dylan figured out in the task also I guess we'll just have a cracked princesses. That's like never happens ever because they suck.
Insane. Retime this.
It's definitely not IO record. It is definitely not. The IO record is like too good.
Okay.
But since Dylan figured out that that whole like Snake skipping shenanigan in that room, Desh, former runner who was more prominent with PM,
so good.
did tried to figure out if there's a way to do RTA, like an RTA viable method, because I'm pretty sure Dylan had it in the task with Meta Knight originally. So then Desh just figured out do it with Snake and then just do like self-inflicting C4 hits. I should be back.
And the weird thing is Meta Knight can't get high enough to get out of bounds in that level. Only Snake is. It's so bizarre. But Snake's the only one that can do it.
Yeah.
And someone asked
also shout out
if Meta Knight was unironically top tier even on single player. Yes.
Yes.
Even though we said all that what we said earlier, yes, Meta Knight is still top tier. Good grab.
Also, in that room, I just passed an unused enemy that was originally for like water levels called the Mizzo.
Oh yeah.
And we just skipped him. He was like the 4th one from the left at the bottom.
Yeah.
Like barely anyone, like if anyone notices him in like a casual playthrough, they're like, what is that? Because it was going to be used in like, say, the swamp and lake. It never was. Alright, so now we have to take these boosters, and I don't want to be 100% because there's a specific reason. Alright, good. So I took 100%. I have like ledge grabs from the chain tethers that I'm about to do. If I'm over 100%, I get a slow get up because I want to be rolling off the ledges.
You're so smart for that. I didn't even think of that.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, why?
I swear, this is such an old strategy.
I know, I'm dumb.
I mean, you haven't touched ran in ages, so I get it.
I am a huge advocate for speedrunning Subspace or anything in Brawl or Smash. I love the speedruns of it, but I definitely nowadays I pretty much I focused a lot of my time and effort after I got sub 2 on the all challenges speedrun, which is exactly what it sounds like.
Stupid.
No.
I'm so stupid. I just completely forgot. And there's a bomb. What is wrong with you?
Actually, that wasn't even that bad.
That ain't cool.
I think the bomb was less knockback than what the other thing would have been.
What is going on? This is actually horrible.
You can
bro, and then it gives me this now.
Oh hey.
I was gonna just flip out if he jumped, and then I have to wait like 3 seconds after he's dead.
I'm sure if you did up tilt, you would have been able to reach him.
Oh, nice trip. What is wrong with this game? You see how brutal it is sometimes? It's unforgiving.
Yeah, but you haven't had too many trips, and Fant asked earlier about the trips. I don't believe if tripping was a factor in like the stat change. I feel like it might have been.
I feel like it's less. It less happens.
Yeah,
it definitely happens less, but no one really.
But
knows.
There is like kind of like a tier list, basically of like.
I have to jump. I messed that up. I'm gonna do it because I have no clue why I didn't kill him. All right, I'm just gonna lose a lot more time just to save 4 seconds.
It's cool though.
True.
But
all right, so out of bounds, just go to the it's like a maze, a little maze, and had to find the specific door to continue. I'd say like 4 seconds to do that like wall clip. Oh my God! Stop.
But yeah, like
oh my!
Each,
don't stop. Actually,
have like.
Is that it? Does this kill? Oh, I don't know why I thought that killed. Watch this. Never mind. Don't watch. I didn't do anything. All right, you know what? I'm gonna do a funny thing. Just die.
Hey.
Oh,
hey.
I missed. I didn't run quick enough.
Thing. Oh. If you're standing at the end of the level, like too early, the game will like pause and just like end the level abruptly. It's kind of funny. I also brain farted, so I kind of forgot what I was talking about. But it was about
completely forgot what you were talking about too.
It was about the tripping. Each character does have a different trip ratio. So like sometimes, like Marth is the character that will trip the most out of any character in the game. So that's still the case. It's still the case in Subspace. It's just like a little less, I guess, because it's Subspace.
You know, like Marth does run with his V's on the ground, so you know it does make sense.
That's true. But he's supposed to be like really consistent, right? Isn't he supposed to be like consistent? Isn't that like lore or something? I don't know. Fire Emblem. I don't know.
There's too many of the anime sword fighters. I don't know.
That's a good point. But this is so I'm gonna let Tech talk if he wants. I can talk about it too if you don't want to talk about it. But this is the longest level in the game. We're just getting started. This is just like the kind of the little beginning part.
Yep.
I don't know if you want to take the reins, but
this level causes pain. Nothing more needs to be said.
There's a it's not like super new, but it's a more recent like skipping of the level. We'll see later on. There's a horde fight. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on here. This is also like the first, and I'm pretty sure like last situation or time we'll see a lever door. No wait, this is it's second to last. So like you have to hit these red, green, and blue levers to be able to go into the door. That's what Tech's doing right now.
Yep. But this level, pretty much you do just about everything. You got your generic, like, platforming, you got your horde fight, you got a big skip. It's about everything that you can do in this level.
It's really cool. Also, the big skip is possible on NTSC, but it's faster on PAL.
It's like a 7-second difference.
Yeah.
So it's not the biggest thing. It's just a different way. Because like how it's the same thing with the Wilds 2, like that, which we call PAL skip, because that's how he started using PAL. Tried another pause glitch. It's like similar in that way. Bro. Okay. It's similar in that way where I'm gonna miss the cycle. Okay. It's similar in a way because in NTSC, like with the PAL skip, it doesn't work because of the death warp because the camera is locked, whereas it would be unlocked on PAL. So you would be able to death warp properly because it doesn't stick you into that specific section of the level. And it's the same kind of like camera unlocking mechanic on NTSC, but you'll see like it's another death warp essentially in PAL.
Standing on the
so here we
side,
have a horde fight. I hate
go
this.
Away.
Yeah, I hate this horde fight so much. Also, why?
Oh, okay, yeah, bomb box.
Stop. Okay, nothing's going right.
Oh.
If I didn't have iframes, I'm dead. I don't get why I'm dash attacking so much. That was a fake camera, I would have like absolutely lost it.
I feel like fake cameras like show up a lot more often in Subspace. I get them all the time.
Alright, you wanna test should I test my luck again?
They're not well. What did we learn?
Yeah, don't test your luck.
Don't test your luck.
Also, I don't want that big mushroom because I actually I'm not gonna be able to get that in time.
No. Oh.
You're kidding me.
It's crazy.
That's crazy.
Oh.
I'm supposed to do it like that because that's the easiest way to do it, but I just had to hope to God he didn't go into the next phase.
Here we got the skip.
All right.
Fucking Rob instead.
So just like with how it was with Snake Skip specifically, we're gonna go over a ceiling that doesn't exist. We're gonna fly down and die. And unlike in NTSC, in PAL, it's just gonna death warp us past the entire auto scroller.
All right.
In NTSC, you would wait a little bit on the outside and then go back on the inside of the auto scroller. A little bit. Well, that was like a minute. I think it's like almost nearly exactly a minute of time save.
It was
from that.
A big. That's when that skip was found. It was a really big like. It was a big motivation for us getting sub 2 for sure. So.
It's definitely like if anyone gets into the game, it's like absolutely learn it. It's like
it's
one
so
of the easiest things. You just like time a B press.
Yeah,
you just hold up left, time a B press. Alright. I actually died with Falcon to spawn in as DK because we're going to be doing this next section as DK. We have to fight that guy from Ultimate.
Oh,
that's too big, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's like the mid-tier dude.
Yep. And big monkey claps are really good.
You can also use Falcon here, but we like to use Donkey Kong.
Alright, ooh, barely 140. Bro. Okay, I was actually trying to get damage for no reason. Alright, longest level done. And now back to Meta Knight, which there's an auto scroller after this fight that activates it, which is usually faster with like DK or Fox to get to, but I'm gonna go for another reverse pause glitch, and this is one of the big ones if I get it.
This is a really cool one.
Was that like a frame early? Because it's different from standard pause glitches, where if you hear the sound as you pause, like where the fight starts, you'll get it. A lot of these fights, like if you do the pause glitch at the end, it's like at weird different like audio cue timings. That one was probably like a frame or two early. But what it would have done is we would have been able to skip the auto scroller, and we would have to kill some enemies and grab like that trophy that normally is only there for 100%. Because enemies and certain items can aggro can just aggro them, and the camera just follows like who's on screen. So with reverse pause glitches, you have to like make sure to actually kill off all the enemies, and then there's a couple of items where it actually aggroes the camera too. So this, we're just gonna skip 3 more fights.
Yeah, how's the weather?
I thought I was going pretty horizontal.
I thought you were too.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna skip 3 more fights. I'm just gonna do it the alternate way.
You're going the Let's go.
So just like how it works with Battlefield Fortress, if you enter the second or the third fight, you can go back to the previous fight, and that cancels out of both fights.
I love it.
So that's the alt strat. If you mess up the glide, I had like a barely upward position that I couldn't like tell because I thought I was going pretty straight.
That happens all the time. It happens to be all the time. It's such an easy mistake to make if you're just going ever so slightly.
It's like the longest glide.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
In like one position. I mean, if you could count the Skyworld one, but you kind of have to dip down to get speed again.
Yeah, I would.
This one, you just straight up. Ooh, I made that. You just need to straight up like actually hold it for like 10 seconds. Also, a little skip if I get it perfectly. Oh,
damn.
that was like too early. It's not hard. It's not hard. I promise. This saves like no time, but
It does save. It saves time if you get it.
a tiny bit. Yeah, but it didn't because I didn't. Alright, so now this is like one of the only few times we're just going kind of off route. And that is because we want specific characters. Because we're going to be coming up to the dreaded final level.
We got Charizard.
And so there's certain characters I'm going to be picking. This might look weird to the Ducky because I'm not picking up characters I normally would that he would he would be able to recognize.
Old boomer route, yeah.
There's some characters where they're only picked up because of menuing, because there's going to be a couple quit out strats in the final level just to avoid backtracking. But I really overjumped. Oh my god.
That's another.
Have I ever done that in my life?
Bro, I've done it. So.
I'm not gonna
I don't think I've ever.
I'm not gonna say the word.
Oh my god.
I'm not gonna say.
No, I've 100% never done that in my life. You didn't make that? I hate Luigi.
No. Now you see, this is just loading manipulation because we have to do this next fight in DDD. So
Oh no!
I'm gonna go in the door in style.
This next fight we're loading.
I missed it too. This is a disaster. Alright, time to take out my anger.
Look.
Alright, come here, Bowser. I'm angry. Goodbye.
Just like the very first fight of the run, a Kirby character is doing the suck and cuck.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Alright, well that went atrociously.
Okay, look.
But I saved Charizard.
Your payment for getting that skip earlier. Okay.
True. That's like the only thing that went right in this run. The hardest skip in the game. Yep. Besides like a couple other things. But in the first level, I only saved Charizard and like Mario, but Mario's for like menuing reasons. Charizard is good for like a couple bosses and also a pretty good backup for the last level. Right here, Meta Knight, because Meta Knight. Yeah, that's it. And then now, this is a little weird because this is like newer with the reverse pause glitch. Oh, no, okay. I'm saving these characters mainly for this pause glitch, but also I got rid of some characters from the previous level just for the menuing to properly like be optimal. Oh, this isn't gonna be like proper.
Yeah, I'm used to avoiding all those characters on the left side.
I actually got one. There's no way. So this is a long auto-scroller that saves like that. It's like a 50-second auto-scroller, but I'm skipping the entirety of it, and I didn't get an item where it would aggro. I can't believe I actually got that.
There's
Okay.
the karma, I guess.
Wow, yeah, that was crazy. They usually it isn't like an auto-scroller.
That's the last one in the run. That's the first. All right, because they're new, and like I said before, I've only like really played this game to practice for this like 3 times since the findings of the reverse pause glitch. That's like the first time like that's anyone's ever like gotten in a run, pretty much. There's like 4 or 5 ones that are like really like lengthy, and that one saves quite a lot of time.
If pickings land on you, you get implanted into the ground.
Yep. So it looked probably ordinary to everyone, but it literally just skipped the 50-second auto scroller just because of the frame perfect trick.
Love to see it.
Also, that's probably a gold by like 40 seconds. I messed up a lot of I messed up a lot of movement. It's not IO record, it's nowhere near IO record, but it's like a legitimate gold that will be retimed. Alright, so now we're at the dreaded like level that absolutely everyone and their mother and their dog hates. The Great Maze. You go back in all the environments and refight everyone you fought. How fun. The fun part is you have Meta Knight.
Oh, no, that is pretty fun.
Yeah. So we're going to be doing Meta Knight the whole time, ideally. Besides a few couple characters, or bosses really, because Charizard's broken.
The point of the story, like the reason why this is happening is when you're getting into Subspace, like the first Subspace level, everyone gets killed by Taboo. And in Subspace 1 and 2, you pretty much save who you're going to use in the Great Maze. So that's why like you were saving whoever you were saving, because you wanted to be able to pick Meta Knight or Charizard or whatever.
Yep. Really just Meta Knight, Charizard for like 2 bosses. Everyone else was for the menuing, just so I had Meta Knight to be able to pick at like the bottom left corner for entry maze. And then everyone else just like the other menu. Oh, Kirby.
They also all have like very high knockback. And each character has like a particular move that will just do just like a bunch of knockback to each of the enemies. For Meta Knight, it's up B, so that's why we're going to see a lot of just like dash attack.
That's the strat. 90% of it, you'll see a lot of dash attack up B. There are some strats that require, like, that are more optimal and faster with fair. It's just a lot more unpredictable because they get sent further off the stage, and so when they come back, they're more unpredictable because they're not going to die from just a fair.
Yeah.
So there will be a couple characters where I try to do that. It would just be like really hard to like predict when they're going to like do their double jump or their up B.
It's pretty satisfying, though. Like, all the kills are really satisfying.
Yep. I hope people enjoy 30 minutes of Meta Knight.
Also, Meta Knight's pretty good with boss fights. Definitely, like, top 5 of all the characters to do boss fights with. Definitely really good. Nair is super, super good. So that's also helpful with all the boss fights. Even Rayquaza, it's pretty good.
Yep. Alright. So, like a weird maze, like, within a maze. A lot of like teleportation rooms just to get to one character. And fun fact, out of two characters, we have a community sum of best sheet, and this is one of the 2 characters in Maze that I actually don't have the best gold.
Dang.
And that's why. Because I suck.
You can hit like Yoshi uses his double jump to get over to you a lot of the time, so you can just hit him off the stage and he'll just die. And
sometimes he might have that bad DI pattern to where he just absolutely gets exploded, and that's pretty much where that like best gold that it comes from, on top of like good movement to get to it, to get to Yoshi in the first place. So anyway, I could probably talk about the route real quick, because for how like linear, if you like take a look back and see like where every character is, and then just kind of like come up with your own like route, it is kind of like a spiral, and it's been like the same for so long until there was a small change in like 2018 with just before the second quit out that I'll be doing. And that's like outside of like the original route, that was like the only change there's been.
Yeah.
It's just been like 2 routes because it's so linear. There's a couple of like dead ends, like we're coming up on like a dead end section, but bro, you hit me.
Those reroutes would be like some of those reroutes would be not necessarily like a reroute, or just more so just like implementing a quit out. Like I think one of the first like changes in the route was implementing a quit out here after the Olimar fight. We're fighting Olimar here next.
Because the backtracking is the backtracking is just pure backtracking. There's like no one to fight or anything, so it just saves that bit of time.
Tech's done it a couple times throughout the run, but if you see him like be invisible for a little bit, he's doing I can never say the word interdimensional cape glitch.
Go back to Pikmin 4. Alright. Now here's one of 2 quit outs. And hope I don't get a random achievement, even though I have 1,000 hours on this copy of Brawl. Okay. Because that will lose time. If you like pick up a CD,
Yeah.
loses time. Or like have an achievement that shows up, it will lose time because it takes time to show you.
That's actually pretty amusing.
Yeah, it's like if you play Brawl for the first time and do that quit out, it will give you like 40 seconds of achievements because it's also the challenges.
Oh yeah,
It's
just
a lot.
everything.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, here's one of the 2 times we'll actually primarily be using Charizard. Only for this, and I mean, I guess spoiler, the last boss, because we can actually choose before the last boss. So
Spoiler.
we've already seen how broken Rock Smash is.
Yeah, and the funny thing with the animation is it looks like Charizard's just like holding it out. It's like, yeah, here's a rock.
It's like residual like pebbles
Right.
that have like ridiculous amount of like I don't know what
They
it
took
is,
that
but
rock
they just
out of the material in a neutron star. It's just so dense. Just touching
it's like it does the same amount of it just does the same amount of damage. It's like the big rock that he's like smashing over his head. I don't know.
Yeah, they didn't think
I don't know
that
why it's like
through.
that.
It does a lot of damage even like in general. Like if you get hit by all of Charizard Rock Smash, you get like 50% or something like that. Maybe more.
Oh my god, just DIing these dash attacks like a madman. Oh,
If you
I
don't
would
know
have loved to do a
DI
bumper.
is, it basically it's just like it's called directional input. It's what it stands like. It's what the acronym is for. It's basically like once what direction you're holding when you're getting hit, so it differentiates like what direction you get shot out. Sometimes if you're holding down, you'll go at like a worse angle than if you're holding up. Typically, we want.
I guess
them
I
to hold,
forgot
like,
to
kinda
explain
out.
that.
I mean, I always forget to
Yeah.
explain it too.
It's like so like commonplace in
Yeah.
like Smash. That's the thing. Oh, he's cooking. Oh no, I don't know what he was cooking.
Jeff was in the kitchen for sure.
Don't really see that pattern often.
A lot of there's also some characters that are a lot easier to kill than others. Some of them like I'm pretty sure they can all be one shot at a certain point, but if you're gonna hit them at like not at the corner of the stage, you gotta do at least a dash attack or something. But some characters, I know Rob is always on the top of my head as just a character that dies with one
Yeah,
hit
he will
pretty much
explode
anywhere on the stage. Don't really know why. It doesn't really seem to make sense in terms of like the weight of the character. King DDD is another one that dies pretty easily. Like, how did Meta Knight not die?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was just because he was like in the middle of the stage and
Yeah,
he just
boo.
doesn't kill like that. Oh, I didn't want that. Bro, I have to use the spring. Ain't no way.
Ring strats.
That might be the first time I've ever. How many times have I said that's like the first time? Like that's never happened.
Lying to the chat right now.
It might be a couple. I swear to God, I've never used that spring before. That was all just random. I was supposed to drop down and do a fair strat, but I don't know what I did. But it worked.
I was like, oh, okay, no.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I was cooking a little bit.
We're also coming back to the first like loop around soon. This room has like some weird movement. You can do some like interesting gliding stuff here. It's fun. Move.
You avoid spikes for whatever reason. I don't know where the hitbox on those are.
Wait, we're coming back to the first loop around, so we're gonna go back to an area that we've been at, but we're gonna go in like a different direction.
Bro. Get over. Oh. Alright. So there's some times where if I have too much damage and I'm at a checkpoint, I will ideally want to heal. Obviously, you don't want to heal, like, optimally. Like, just heal as least as possible. Also, that was perfect RNG. Okay, sure. Never mind.
Somewhat
Bad.
Yeah.
Is that
So, depending on depending on like the section and like line of characters and bosses after like a checkpoint door, it's like a good decision like on the spot to like heal. But something like this, 50% is not that bad, so I'm gonna avoid healing.
Yeah. And like the character order and all that, it doesn't matter. You're going to be playing as one character unless it's a boss fight. There isn't ever a we are Meta Knight and we die to go into Charizard. That's not a thing.
Should I do the funny strat instead of the optimal one? Okay.
Wait, I didn't get a chance to answer.
Ladder.
I meant.
Dang it. No, he was going for it. You can. Donkey Kong usually starts the. Let's go!
I had to go. I had to press so hard because I started that so low.
Donkey Kong usually starts that fight by jumping, so you can pretty much just like do an up air ladder until he dies. But it's
or the tornado, but that's a lot harder.
Yeah. That was something I have never seen before.
Yeah, it's a thing, but it's. I didn't start it too early. It's just his like position was bad. I'm like surprised that even worked. So that was Samus sucked.
Nice HP.
Oh well. Yeah, I shouldn't heal at all. Probably.
Or get hit, but you're gonna probably get some like off stage damage. That's a really tight window right there.
All right, consistent kill because we don't like Pikachu. All right.
F.
It's like one of the few ones where it's like there's a good chance that it'll do like a couple of patterns that are like similar to where you just get the free kill like that. Oh no, I ruined it.
This is a pretty cool room though. Like you can do some really neat glide strats into that door.
Yeah, there's a lot since I came back to do what?
What was that? What was that? I've never seen that.
Oh no!
I've actually never seen that.
I guess I have to explain that to Ducky.
Yeah.
So in all my runs, I literally out from the top left door, bro. Hold on. Okay, from the top left door, I would run all the way right, but obviously that's slower because you can just straight up drop down below the platform, and that saves like 1 second.
My brain like exploded.
I did the wrong. Yeah, I literally never used it until after like the current record from like 3 years ago. Also, I forgot to do the thing, but he'll die anyway.
Rob took a. What the? Making me eat my words.
I don't know what he's doing. But yeah, that was just a small recent-ish thing. That's also, cool. Some of these glides, like this one, are like recent-ish.
That is awesome. That's awesome.
Like recent, as in with the like last 2 years. Because when I was messing around with Maze again, because out of everyone, I'm like the Maze enjoyer out of the group. I actually started with Maze. Bro. All right, eat this.
Throw it.
Please hit him. What was that?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Wait,
that made no sense.
Yeah, that was like their like hot breath, I guess.
Oh my goodness.
Is there like a spooky action glitch in this game?
No, that was just hitbox.
Hitboxes are pretty jank in this game, so.
Alright. Just a heal because 100% in the next sections is not fun.
Yeah.
But what I was saying, like 2 years ago, I was getting back into the game and doing Maze again because I always liked just improving in Maze. And so every time I would come back, I would always try to improve by like a minute and then like come back at some other time. It went from like a 29 to a 28, then to a 27. And then I noticed with how like my sum of best and like consistency and whatnot, that 26 was actually possible RTA. Should I use this hammer?
Yes.
Please don't be rubber.
Squeaky?
Thank you.
Okay.
Die. Okay. Fun.
Thank you for that.
So with the Maze going from a 27 to a 26 minute time, I got my good friend MK, not the Meta Knight you're seeing on screen, like an actual like human with the tag of MK, who ran Brawl for a good while, who's second place.
Really
yeah, with the 156. I wanted to propose to him something to help motivate me get to 26. So we had a thing where we played for like 6 hours over the course of 3 days. So like 6 hours one day, then 6 hours the next, 6 hours the third, like a total of like 18 hours. It might have been 4. It's like 12 or 18 hours of just straight maze attempts with each other. And we bet like gift subs on like if I can achieve a 26 before he can achieve a 28. And I think I got like a 27:01 on the first day, and then the second day nothing happened, and then like one of the last few attempts, I think on the hold on, this is another funny die.
Yeah.
But on the last day is when I got the time that I wanted, which was almost a mid 26. I actually like crushed the time, like a 26, like the 26 barrier completely. So that was fun. So yeah, maze might seem like daunting and whatnot, but after looking at these strats like that, it's really not it's really not much.
It does make you look cool.
I guess it's
so.
a very cool like showcase for sure. It's a big part of the run, but like other than it being 30 minutes long, right? Like if you're doing a regular run, on average you'll probably see around 35 minutes for Great Maze for runners. But
Yeah.
like when you're starting to like really save those like extra minutes from 35 to 30 minutes, being able to have a 30-minute Great Maze in a run is like bonkers.
Do I go for this? That was a bad
What
All
was
right,
that? You didn't even let me say no, dude.
Wait, how did I not choose?
It's because you didn't.
Where's?
It's because you didn't
Where's
pick
Charlie?
the characters.
Oh, because
So
I like don't expect to die, and now I'm TD for a boss.
This is like the third thing that you made me eat my words for now.
Oh my god.
But because you don't like, you can usually pick the order of the characters, but since Tech just like healed instead, it just resets the character order from like the top.
Right,
like so
because
just
I was
refreshes.
already Meta Knight.
Yeah.
So,
So put Pokemon Trainer as 4th instead of 1st.
yeah, because Charizard is like a good backup, even for like normal enemies.
Go back.
He has a couple moves. Back air's the only thing you can do with with DDD in
That's
this
why
game.
he's like 11th or something. He's pretty good. And he has
Actually ridiculously good for no reason.
It's the chain grab and back air. That's about it.
All right, so surprise DDD appearance.
Yeah. It was,
Now he's gonna be gone. Yeah, it's not fun when you die as Meta Knight. I have to be honest. All right, let's avoid him. Like this is my more optimal like choice. If I mess up with like Meta Knight and Charizard, Kirby is a great other option.
Kirby is a good option.
That's like that's the picks.
If you're doing low percent, that's your guy.
I think Ness might be faster, but I only did like
Actually,
the 2 runs.
You're not lying. Nest is a good option.
I think
too.
I only did like the 2 runs. Also, Mario is one of the more annoying characters.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't hate me, bro. You kidding me? Footstool.
Go.
I would have easily died. Well, I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, now we have like a long section to the next boss. A lot of like movement.
Yeah, we're
And
getting
it's
to
great
like
to not be DDD.
we're getting to a cool section of the maze. I feel like this, like, once you get to that Mario fight, like move on, the maze kind of changes a little bit, like in terms of how you're playing it. It gets like obviously more difficult because it's near the end of it, but it's kind of more fun, more interesting to play and to watch as well.
Mm-hmm.
He's using the wind that's going against him to his advantage right there. It's pretty cool.
And now we go against all these guys and doing specific things to make the cycle. I didn't get attacked. Alright, cool. We made that
Clean.
cycle.
That was so clean. That's also the
Very
Wilds 2 area that you skip, so that's why it may or may not have looked like familiar to you.
Yeah. I guess I also... Oh my god, why did I say so much? I guess I never mentioned yet, but for whatever reason, plenty of bosses spawn on the left side instead of the right, like how they did in the normal Subspace.
Right.
I have no clue why.
They gotta change it up.
Because they're the bad guy,
I
the bad version. Ooh, the opposite. Ooh.
Alright. So I'm only entering this door. I mean, not for the heal, but
We need it.
actually, I have no clue why I just healed 3%. That was a dumb decision. But the door actually, yeah, just like the first one I entered before Falcon, is because we need to enter those doors in order to be able to spawn back into those quadrants for the quit outs. So that's why I did it for the first one. Oh yeah. Instead of going to the bottom first, we Charizard now. Bro. I love super armor.
I was gonna say Charizard's another one that dies quick, but
yeah, I just did the wrong thing. I'm like talking and then forgetting to do the simple input.
Yeah.
All right, just like with Squirtle, make the cycle with Meta Knight.
Smash the 3 button.
Very easy. But yeah, we used to go down into this door until the bro.
Whoa.
Just blocked me. We used to go down in that door because of the original route, but now it's like slightly faster. I don't think that's gonna make it. I don't trust that. Alright, and now one of the most annoying characters. Please just drop down. Please have bad DI. Sad.
Aww.
She might actually die. No. Just really bad because of like really good DI for no reason. Normally.
Tech played it safe going into that door because not like a lot, but there's a good amount of weird ledges in Subspace. For whatever reason, you just like can't grab it, even though it looks like you can grab it. So you can't grab the ledge going into that door. So you played it safe to make sure you got up there.
Alright. Why the reverse? That might not even kill. God, Peach is so weird. And I fast fell that for no reason. Just stomp. Actually, hold on. Let me do a funny.
Yes.
There we go.
Oh!
We always have time for the funny because it's not a marathon run. Yay! Alright. So it's another quit out.
This is why you should all watch Game Masters every show. You don't get this kind of content everywhere.
People,
but if you want more content
people
like this,
just have time to do the funny.
Extra, if you aren't already doing so for not just Smash, but a whole bunch of like other upcoming like speedrunning projects, right?
Yeah, I'm getting back in the Sungeon after 6 years, and that's like my main focus.
Yeah.
Like I don't even do serious runs of this game anymore since like the record 3 years ago. It's literally just marathons with this.
Showcasing is a big part. Like being able to show all the work that was put into Subspace is like really cool because it used to be seen as like not that it was seen bad, but it was seen more just like a Smash Brothers speedrun instead of its own thing. And Subspace is really its own thing. It's kind of like crazy how much work has been put into it, and like how dynamic and like different it is compared to all the other Smash speedruns.
There you go. Some of these characters have like some weird patterns that they do, and I've noticed for whatever reason, or I might just be clinically insane, but some of them just do certain patterns on like PAL more than on NTSC, and I always see like Luigi and like Ike always jump first, and yet I don't even like try to read it, even though I feel like I've proven it to myself, and yet I just don't do what I think is most optimal for whatever reason.
Well, what if it doesn't happen?
Well, that's the thing. Then I'm probably just clinically insane. And I don't want to, prove to myself that I actually am.
This is a pretty like ice skill room there. It's like a lot of cut corners and cool dimensional cape. Pretty cool.
Yep. With grounded like bosses, Meta Knight's down smash is actually better than the nair that you've been seeing. But anyone that's like airborne, like just nair, pretty much. Alright. And we're doing a quick warp because we want to get down to the last section, back to the bottom left quadrant, because we're back at the top left one where we started. And that's also another reason why we entered the door, just to have that checkpoint.
Yeah,
so now we're pretty much on our last hurrah.
All those orange doors, well, I guess not all of them, but most of the orange doors you can use for the warp.
What was that DI? Oh my god, that was so low. Can I footstool him? Oh, no, I can't. Watch, these can't even. Yeah.
That was a bad angle.
That DI from that dash attack was absolutely filthy. Alright, and now, fun time, because this movement is a lot worse than in the actual Glacial Peak. Just because there's like a lot of extra like ledges that you can barely miss. The glices are more annoying. But luckily that went well. Hopefully Lucario jumps to me. I was hoping for the bad DI. Because that probably would have gold. Alright, we are on the last couple of characters.
Yeah, that Lucario door puts us back at the top, like back where you first start at the beginning after peeking.
Yeah. The whole route is just a big spiral. Also, these guys can absolutely suck or absolutely go great. I don't know which is which. I don't like doing this. I didn't see where CPU showed up. Okay, there it is. You! There. I'm getting Nana too.
Ooh!
Yeah, hitting them like separately absolutely sucks because it takes so long for like the CPU to show if it's like Popo or not. I hate it when that happens. So more gliding, just fast.
Yeah,
back hit a button
really
here.
Just destroys this room here. Very fast.
And then we got Ike, and look, he did the jump thing. Like I said, I didn't read that when I should have.
Ike is an easy kill.
Yeah. Last couple ones.
Yeah, yeah. For whatever, I don't know why it's to do that here.
This is a small shout out to MK, or Ultima MK, because that's his full tag. But right there was a strat he did in a segment for his segmented run in 2009, and it wasn't rediscovered until like 2021 when I was going back to archive stuff. All I did was just enter the barrel and glide all the way to like make that cycle of the spike ceiling. Because if I didn't, I would have to enter the door to reopen it. Also, a long invisible dimensional cape.
That is
anywhere where it's.
It's not easy.
Bro, tried to counter me. Ain't no way. If you get the pattern timing, it's not bad, especially on flat surfaces, but the couple of times where we do it on not flat surfaces, plus win, like on Wilds 1, is absolutely horrendous. Yeah. Alright, so coming up to the last character, and then the funny boss man, and hopefully we kill him before his famous off waves. Famous move.
But wait, this is the funny boss man.
True, you did lose a run.
I did. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Was it record pace?
Check out the video. Yeah, check out the video. Just check out the
video. Alright, and now everyone is defeated. We've unlocked it. The key to the door to the Blue Man. Also, what is Sonic doing here?
The lead of the Blue Man group.
And we gotta fight blue with blue.
Alright. So here is the final boss, and all we do is Charizard Rock Smash as much as we can. There is a specific move that I would love for him to do, and it's when he does this, because I can just spam my Smash DI and absolutely annihilate in time. I'm sorry, that just time. that just happened way too quick. Is that a gold?
Okay, Charizard. Okay, Rock.
I don't think that's a gold. That was like
fast.
instant.
Yeah.
That was in that. Gee, that might be the fastest taboo to run ever. Actually, I don't know. But yeah, that was. Sorry, that was so abrupt. The moves that I wanted him to do, which he did, was slaps, because with the hitbox, I can just smash GI, which if you saw my input, I was spamming left and right on the stick, and that just like moves me away from his hitbox and like go back in it at the same time while inputting the rock smash, and it just obliterates him like that. Like that might actually legit just have been like the best taboo in like a run ever.
Wow. Well,
I've definitely had a better one in like NG plus, but like in this as like an IO, but in this that was kind of cracked. But that was Subspace. I don't even know what the time was.
You got like a mid 156. Not the timer loaded.
There's just no way that's a.
Around.
Alright, so it might be like a 157. There's so much. I don't even know how at this point. Alright.
That's an awesome time.
I'm curious to hear about, like, if you go back and retime that taboo, like, the way it looked to me is like, how do you do that faster? Oh my god.
I don't know. I mean, because he can do his signature off-wave moves, which you have to, like, to dodge with, like, a roll that people always die on. Like, I'm sure most people know which move I'm talking about. But if you kill him quick enough, he doesn't even do it. And the best way to do that is get the slap RNG that he did. And he spawned and did it immediately, so that was kind of crap.
Do you know, like, rough odds of, like, that move happening based off of your experience in this game?
Outside of, like, the move pool he has, it might be, like, there might be 4 different moves he does when he teleports, so it's like a 25% chance, or maybe like a 20, because he might have 5. I'm not too sure, but spawning immediately is ridiculous.
Yeah, there's a lot of different things they can do.
But that was the entirety of Subspace. I still can't believe I actually got a reverse pause.
That was really good.
Oh,
I was
like,
run.
That setup was going to go so wrong, and I just barely got to it in time, because there's the setup part and then just the visual cue pause part. Like, there's layers to it.
This has been an absolutely incredible time. Both like Textro for this awesome run that was just super entertaining to watch, like all the new tech you've been trying, and oh my goodness, like I've been glued to my seat because I streamed the whole time. And of course RDA for all the wonderful insight as well, bringing in like the history of the record progression in this, just like super awesome to hear about. But Textro, I want to give you an opportunity to I guess give any closing thoughts, talk about yourself, and anything you would like to add at the end here.
Yeah, I guess Ducky and I can post 2 videos, one of which is a world record progression that was made by Daniel around, was it early 2022? It was last year, right? I'm pretty sure.
Says July 2021.
Oh, was 2 years? It really doesn't feel like 2 years ago, but there's a record progression video of this game, and it goes like a decent amount in depth to like how everything came to be in like 30 minutes. Mainly, it's not longer, mainly because of Ducky dominating for like 2 years straight, but yeah. But that's probably the first thing I would like to mention. And then there's also the upload that I just posted about 5 hours ago of a new version of BTT for Subspace, which also stands for Best Theoretical Time, which if people aren't familiar with that term, and people that might be familiar with that term, is something that was crowned by Odyssey runners to showcase like the human theory of of their run for like say any percent or like any other category of just like split individual segments done by humans just to give you like a theoretical best time. And so I've actually made 2 of those, the first one being 2.5 years ago, like shortly after the current record of 152.31. And then this one I just uploaded 2.5 years later. of 1:41.39, improving from the previous best theoretical time of 1:47.19. There's a lot of stuff in it. There's all the new RTA time save of reverse pause glitches that you'll be able to see from it. If anyone wants to watch it, it's a really cool video. It's literally just IO world record after IO world record.
I love it. I mean, I'm gonna bookmark that for later to go watch it. But both of those videos have been linked in the chat, so make sure you go click on those. Don't forget to hit the sub button on your way out before doing it. But before we break and get ready for the next show, which of course is going to be How to Train a Speedrunner, new in the Tuesday slot this week. I have a question for you, Textro, or I have one thing I want to ask.
Mm-hmm.
1v1, no items, Fox only, Final Destination.
I think I can do that.
You can? Heck yeah! Let's
I think so.
Let's do it. We'll be right back while we get this set up.
All right.
All right, everybody, welcome back. We got one final thing for you today. I could not let Textro go without going head to head in the one and only Super Smash Brothers Melee on Final Destination. Of course, Fox only, no items. The way it was meant to be played. And I figure, Textro, since you play Brawl, you obviously can't be too good at Melee, right?
Yeah, that's how it works.
For sure. Well, I'm ready to go. I think we got 4 stock on here. Yeah?
Yep.
All right.
I think this is a best of 3.
Best of 3, yes. A very legitimate best of 3.
All right. Good luck. Have fun.
Good luck. Let's go. Let's go.
This is going to be a pretty good match, I think. I'm going to see a
That was a
doozy
big
here.
fuck up.
All right, I'm doing
that
admittedly a little bit better than I was expecting. Okay.
You're just flying all over the place.
Oh God! No, I pressed. Okay. Like I didn't expect we'd be wave dashing. Okay. Look, I could wave dash on my own. Look at this. Yeah. There it is. I did one. You could see it.
I did. Okay, I actually didn't expect you to attack me after that. I don't have the lich.
Oh my God!
Oh, but I have those. You take those.
I had to. I had to get a refresh to see the stream. I can see it now.
Oh, nice shine fan.
Okay, that was a pretty good perfect shield. That was pretty good.
Don't worry about it. Okay.
Oh,
Nice shine. Good
that was
shine.
a good back there.
Oh wait, what the heck was that? Excuse me?
That was the funny shine.
Oh,
move.
okay, yeah. The shine move, yeah.
Oh my God!
And that was
All right,
the funny side B death.
we need to go again, okay?
Oh.
Because 3 of those self-destructs were due to my doing. I think I could have taken a stock. I was close. I got you out to 100. Okay. Okay. All right. We're going back.
Alright. The crowd is cheering for a 4-star.
Look, it's the way to play, okay? Okay, I see how it is.
Okay.
I didn't expect it to go this way, but
Just moving a little bit.
What am I doing? I'm not cooking. Oh, almost got me.
Oh! Wow.
I'm not expecting like half
the
of that
back air.
thing.
Oh, I didn't expect that to grab ledge. That was crazy.
All right, no, yeah. I don't think I can recover from that right there.
Oh my gosh.
Yes!
Wow.
Yes! I don't care if you did that. I take that. That's right. You lost a stock.
I'm a premier self-destructor, so that was definitely not intentional. Alright, for that, you're going on the train. Oh, no, come here. You're going to take you for a ride.
Not the chain.
Yeah.
Oh, bullying. Okay.
No.
Oh, there's a
Not
weird
true, not
slide
true.
off the ledge. Not true. Oh,
No.
not true.
Oh, okay.
Ah,
Get another
I
stock.
want to click this. Oh, never mind.
Yes.
I do that too early.
You have no idea how much I'm
Oh.
popping off right now. That's
Oh, let's go. Sorry, yeah, I just saw it.
okay. Oh, I don't know. I was pressing the wrong button to jump.
You're
I was
probably
pressing the
too
wrong
early.
button to jump.
You want one more?
I don't know. Maybe we should leave it up to chat. You know, I feel like I'm getting better, but every single time. You know, if
The reverse 3-0 comeback.
the reverse 3-0.
Legend has it.
One more four stock, and then we'll say our goodbyes and hand off to the next show. I want one more chance. That felt close.
Alright. Fair.
So it's 2-0, whatever. But hey, in my brain, it's 2-2. You know, you've won 2 games, I've won 2 stocks. So.
Oh, I was gonna schmoove on you for a second.
Get off me, Shine.
Schmooving.
Oh.
Schmooving.
Easier.
What am I doing?
Okay. Reset to neutral.
Wait, I keep on pressing the
crazy.
wrong button to
Oh.
jump. I'm a fool.
No, I'm not letting you get away with that.
The laser.
You're letting me get away. Oh, you learned.
No.
Whoa. That's definitely not good.
Oh, nice button.
The laser after the shot.
Wait, no, I got greedy. Okay.
You could have stayed on this stage.
Why did you get off?
Oh my God! Look, it's been a solid decade. Okay, it's been 10 years.
That's fair. That's fair.
That is fair. This is a hard game.
Capitalize on that.
Oh.
Ooh. Okay. Oh, I thought
Ooh, that's your
just
H flop,
barely,
which you
just
could.
barely. All right.
The read. That was a crazy read.
Oh, I grab. I can't tech at all. Ugh. Oh. Oh, that was the most nastiest air dodge I've seen.
Dang. I forget how long the recovery time is for that. GG's.
GG,
You know,
well played.
I will say, I think I did. You know what? Say I did better than I expected. So,
You did take a stock.
I
didn't-
killed you
you did
once,
take, like, a
regardless of how
legitimate
long it took.
Yeah, shoutouts to Slippy. Shoutouts to Slippy.
Indeed.
True.
Very, very good. Well, thank you for indulging me here and taking me on in Melee. I have to admit, I was hoping not to do this, but Textrove, you are the better Smash player. You know, I feel it can go, judge's decision or something, but, I'm just going to go ahead.
Run a poll.
All right. Well, again, Textrove, RDA, thank you so much for joining us here on Game Masters. And at Texture, we got a little bit about you before the break. But again, everybody, make sure you go follow Texstrobe. And RDA, I want to give you at least one chance to also talk about yourself a little bit because you were a big part of this as well. Thank you.
Oh, I couldn't, but thank you so much.
No, you will. You will.
I will. No, I definitely do a lot of speedrunning stuff. I've been doing a lot of Spyro. I recently did Mortal Kombat Armageddon for you guys for Time Capsule. That was really fun. But I definitely been doing a lot of Spyro, handheld Spyro trilogy stuff. So if you like multiple games speedruns, I do a lot of that. And I like Pokemon Rumble. So check that out as well. Thank you guys for having me. Thanks Tech for letting me commentate. It's been a dream of ours to like let us show you guys Subspace and Brawl, and like we're more than like thankful and happy that we got to do it. Super awesome. Super like full circle moment for my like speedrunning career for sure.
Yeah, thank you. So like it was really awesome. But again, I can't thank you all enough. But unfortunately, we have come to the end of the show. Everybody, thank you so much for watching this Super Smash Brothers edition on Game Masters. I hope you learned a thing or two and had a good time with us here. But before we go into the next show, if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to press the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel. And also go to twitch.tv/GamesDoneQuick if you're interested in looking at our live content. Coming up next, Church in Charge is going to bring you how to train a speedrunner. Coming up after the break.